So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go play action with Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Ryan. Letting one go deep for a noon walk. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Ryan. Open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Falcons grab it. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And the tight end, Luke Stocker, was the target. But now it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. From the shotgun, Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Dewan Harmon. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
This is DeAndre Swift, who, of course, played just up the road in offense. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 20.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift, he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Detroit. incomplete. DeAndre Swift, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Looking sideline, incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Play action. It's Ryan. Lions pressure. He's brought down. Jamie Collins with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing just outside his own goal line. On the return, here's Agnew. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will take over.
3-yard line.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play.
A gain of a yard.
On 2nd and 9. Stafford throwing deep for Galladay. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie A.J. Terrell. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Falcons, nothing.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, Ryan looking downfield for Jones. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
1st and goal at the 2.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tom Gurley. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
The game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That play doomed from the start thanks to the defensive effort of Grady Jarrett. Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford, and he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Ted McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. He's got a 1st down, then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
6-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
And there's a catch by Todd Gurley, and that has to remind us that's exactly what we've seen in him throughout his career when he's at his best. He can run it. He can catch it. He led the league in total yards from scrimmage in 2017 with nearly 3,000.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Quincy Enunwa. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention for this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Adrian Peterson in his 14th NFL season. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The the best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
A gain of 9.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Lions.
On first down, Swift. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lions, first down.
First down, and they go with Swift again. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. From the gun, here's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. He throws one that's intercepted. Snags it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, here's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say this.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Stafford. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Complete, 7 seconds remaining. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for Kenny Galladay. Complete. It's now 4th down.
Here's Jack Fox now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, there'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
He's tackled.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
This one now in their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. So they will go for it. Stafford. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff for Gurley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. This is intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Yeah, the Falcons going to use another timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. By Stafford for the 3rd time. It's intercepted. Kyle Allen with a pick. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They go play action now. Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace,
and yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Picked up by the Falcon, Desmond Trufant. And he is all the way up past the 25. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead, take care of the football. He's putting him in jeopardy right now.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26. This thrown quickly out to Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Matt Prater to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Flexing his muscle at the 30. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
1st and 10.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now in Atlanta. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and
certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Ryan's throw caught by Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the 49-yard line.
They run. It's Gurley. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd down
from midfield now. Here's Ryan. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Response on the coverage.
Here's Jordan Berry now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us a ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, but he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you can.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions have broken our tie. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Lions 14. Aldrich Rosa set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Throwing deep for Galladay. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the rookie A.J. Terrell. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll win on first down. Swift. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. The tackle made by Todd Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Takaris McKinley on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Stafford now to throw. Steps away to his left. Jones has it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Stafford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. He's back to throw. It's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. He can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Now Stafford. And that's caught inside the 30. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call
you can forget overtime. This is going to be a safety in the final minute of the game. Oh, my. And I don't know that I've ever seen a tie game decided in the final seconds because of a safety.
It's just an absolute disaster, Brandon. You're thinking you're going to at least get yourself to overtime. But how about this defense? They said, we're going to take matters into our own hands, and this will be an unbelievable victory if it holds up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. Now he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Now it's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick, but he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Lions, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.